Hey guys, I am here to do a little bit more on the Shabby Journal. I have kind of prepped a little bit today because I didn't want to be all, I don't know what I'm doing and all that kind of stuff. So, I want to make like a coin envelope with some digitals and some vellum. So that's what we're going to do with this one. And then I had this kind of digital printable that I printed from the New York Public Library, which is this base here. And so I picked out some pieces to decorate with that. And it's a mix of Country at Heart 2008. And we may use this, we may not, and both of these are Shabbydabbydoodah. So I'll have everyone's shops and web YouTube pages listed in my description box like I always do. So yeah, so let's kind of get started. I got that, I want to put that there. Also, this is going to be like a flip out because it's on some thick cereal box, and this is all Shabbydabbydoodah various kits that she had. This is Beauty Fair, this is the Fabulous Flowers, this is her number kit, and that's just a stamped thing I had. So I don't think anything else on there was digital kits. So let's start with the journaling card that I have done. I had some painting to do. Had a little bit of a fall today, so have a band-aid on. It's not really staying on, but I was bleeding a little bit. So the sun finally showed itself after I feel like 2 weeks of no sun. And so of course it's late afternoon and I'm doing crafting. Isn't that how it goes though? So I do want to kind of go around the edges with some vintage photo. So I have my vintage photo, and I got one of my blending brushes. I just think that I want like a softer kind. Oh yeah, that's real soft, isn't it now? That might be the bottom, and we might put lace over. Yeah. All right. That's okay. That's just okay. It's okay. You know what? There's always a fix for it. So, isn't that what they always say? Had to do that with the tea dye too. Is wipe it off first, and that's okay. These are like new for me, so I'm kind of still learning, but I do want like a softer edge. I do just that's what I'm looking for in this. So hope everybody's having a better day than I am, seeing as I fell today. I was taking my dog out, which I do every day, multiple times a day, and today he decided to walk in front of me while I was walking. And I was walking up, so I have like a ramp to get into my from my sunroom into my living room, which is our main entrance. And I was walking up the sunroom ramp, and that was where he got me. So my ramp is one of those metal ramps that we have them all over town. A ton of people have them. It's like just one of those metal ramps. And my hand hit the bottom of the ramp, which is like a grate, and so it cut me. Even though it didn't hit directly on there, it actually had a buffer in between, which was my coat, because it's chilly here, and it didn't matter. It still did some damage. I'm glad that's all it was. But, that kind of also stinks. that I have that now. So I'm going to go around the lady here, and I'm going to do that with my inking tool. Very fancy here. Good old faithful glue cap and makeup sponge. I don't want a dark edge. I just want to kind of go around the actual edges. So, I feel like, there we go. It's a little bit better. Alright. So we got the news from my husband, because if you've been following my channel, like my husband fractured his ankle in March. He's still been dealing with a lot of issues from it. And so he had his follow-up appointment after having to get a CT scan. And it turns out that he's going to have to go for a cortisone shot, which wasn't really what he wanted. There are some nasty side effects that go along with cortisone shots. One being brittle bones if you get too much of them. And also sometimes they work and sometimes they don't work. So it wasn't exactly the news he was hoping for. But they can't really go in with surgery because it's too much of a risk that something else could go wrong, and we definitely don't want that. So it's kind of the next course of treatment for him, and so we've kind of been going back and forth with that. But unfortunately, sometimes you just have to try it, even if you're unsure and concerned. We have addressed our concerns with the doctor, and he understands our concerns. But like I told my husband, we need to at least try it out, and maybe it'll work. And if it gives him some relief in his pain, then that's not a bad thing, because he's been in pretty much constant pain for the last 7 months. And so to get a little bit of relief would be better than getting no relief at all. So, I think I have this sort of like that. And that can fit on the page. I do kind of want to see all 3 different flowers. So I think if we angle that right, it will be fine. I did pick out this piece of ephemera, which is from one of her vintage kits. It's got like typewriters and vintage, all kinds of vintage pieces. And this was just a little like kind of background piece, just to add another layer on here. I love layering. I mean, I absolutely love layering. All right. I'm just looking to see it is. I have this. Well, that must have been who had this before me. I think it's either a 1/2 inch or a 1/4 inch punch. It does really well with these corners. I always have a hard time with these corners. I have a hard time cutting anything that's round. Round or straight. Yep. And yet I'm a crafter. Isn't that how it goes? But it does do a nice job cutting the little ticket corners. So and saves me the headache of having to do it myself. Come on. oh, I got some news on the job front. So, yeah, that's perfect. So this morning I got a call from my manager where I used to work at the mall. Now, I pretty much have been out of a job since COVID. So that has been, challenging in itself, but that's how it goes. And I've been looking for another job, and I finally got a call from my manager that they are opening up the kiosk. So I worked in the customer service kiosk, which, in the malls, they have those little center store kiosks. That's where I was. And I worked answering the phone, selling lottery, and selling gift cards, and a bunch of different things I did. It was a good job. I really liked it. I had only been there for 3 months, so that kind of was disappointing, but such is life. Nobody knew we were going to get this ridiculous pandemic and all of that. So it's seasonal, which when I was first hired in, it was supposed to be an all year round job, but I guess they don't want to do that anymore. So I got a seasonal job. It's not great, but it's not like what I wanted. But you know what? I am looking forward to going back to work, and I'm still going to continue looking, for something else. Keep my options open. And then this way I can still keep my resume current while I'm still looking for something else. So I decided to take the opportunity and go back and actually start back on Monday. So I'm very happy that I get to go back to work. Gets me out of the house for something where and I can be around other people, which is nice, other than my husband, who I love, but 24/7 with someone is, certainly it certainly tests things, and I'm glad that, I was able to be home with him through his recovery and all that stuff. But this is something that I have been really waiting for. And I don't have tissues, so let's just wipe it on there. And I'm really, really looking forward to getting back to work and having some kind of a normal routine. And, so getting back into the swing of things. I am thrilled with that. Just want to pat that down. So yeah, that was kind of some good news. Unexpected. I mean, I kind of thought that they were going to contact us once it got closer to the holidays because, well, let's face it, retail is definitely a lot more busy during the holidays. So I was thinking that it would happen, and I had been, keeping in touch with my manager and stuff throughout these last few months, just following up, like, yes, I want to come back to work, so let me know. But yeah, seasonal's kind of disappointing, but you know what are you gonna do? It's something, and my kind of philosophy through life is something is better than nothing. Oh, I was gonna stick that down first, wasn't I? Yep, I was. Alright, so before I press that down, I'm gonna just stick this down first. Alright, which way do we go? That way. So back to work I go, and I am very excited about it. Alright. Sorry guys, just want to try sliding that. I'm okay with covering up the flowers. Like I said, it's all about layering and just having interesting things to look at. Okay, I feel like she's a little crooked, but alright, it's fine. Okay. So yeah, that's kind of been my day today. Falling, getting my job back, phone calls, and now some crafting. Ooh, that's definitely not straight. That I would like to be straight. Alright, that's much better. So that's kind of pretty, and then we're gonna stick this. This little ticket is from Shabbydabbydooddah's Gorgeous Girls Kit. So that's what that's from. And these are just pieces I had in my stash from, you know, previous projects. If you have gotten Shabbydabbydooddah's kits before, you know you get a ton of ephemera. And if you haven't gotten Shabbydabbydooddah's kits before, you should totally check out her shop because she's got some amazing kits. And she's always coming out with new things. She really, really is an awesome artist. So... And I'm not on a design team for her or anything. This is just based on my personal opinion, and I don't get any kickbacks or anything for saying that. So, alright, I do want something else. I know it's a journaling card, but do we want to put some bling on there? Where's... Oh, I found a tissue in here. How about... Got this little piece of ruffle. What about that, guys? That's kind of pretty, isn't it? And the colors do go. You'll probably hear the annoying dog toy in the background. That would be my dog, who loves the loudest toys at the most inappropriate times. Just like a kid. So, yep. And these ruffles I got from a small Etsy shop called Visualized, and it's fabric on tissue paper, and I love them. And I've been hoarding them because I don't... I bought all the ones that she had available at that time, and now I think she only has one color combination available. And so I'm really glad I bought them when I did. Took a while to get them because of COVID, but totally worth getting them. Very excited about it. Alright, and I'm feeling a little blingish. Let's see, what do I have? Some gold. There's some green. Ow. I got some gold. I feel like some gold. Just need a little pop of something. I'm really sorry about that, guys. He's quiet. He's not barking, so It is what it is. That's what happens when you have animals and children. So, yeah, I like that. Let's do that. And I'm going to put it right down this middle seam where she sewed it. I think that's perfect. Yep, I like that. Okay, let's just wipe up any excess. Alright guys, I feel like that's a good journaling card. And I had that one big pocket in the signature. So, yeah. So then the back is ivory, and I think I'm just going to... I want to see what this does with just doing... Yeah, I feel like the, this works better. Yeah, it does. Okay, I just had to test it out. You never know until you try it, right? Oops. Oh, I'll have to pop that back on. It's okay. Okay. Yeah. Let's just pop that back on. It'll be fine. It'll stick. It's tacky glue, and tacky glue is pretty strong. You just gotta wait for it to dry or adhere. I think it'll be just fine. Alright, I can always add more if I need to, but there's one piece. And then I have this, which I pretty well also put together. So this, I'm also gonna ink everything. So I'm gonna fast forward through all of this so you don't have to worry about sitting here watching me ink everything. Okay guys, so we're all set to start gluing down. Now I want to make sure that I have this kind of placed right how I want it. Yep, like that. Thinking, guys, because I kind of want this little flower more over the top. So I'm just going to kind of snip in here a little bit. A little bit more. I think that should be good. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually stick this little purple flower right in there. Okay, I just want to make sure I get the angle right because I do want it on. Okay, I feel like that's pretty good right there. Just wipe off that little bit. Okay. And then okay guys, I'm back. sorry about that. My camera died, and now I'm using my husband's because his is fully charged. I didn't really look at the battery. Thought it was charged. Guess I was wrong. Alright, anyway, back to what we were doing. So I got the flowers glued to that, and we're just going to get this stuck down here. Or up here. Okay, yes. Oops. So this little label, I should say, is just something that I had gotten in my stash. So it's not anything that was a digital or anything like that. So just pressing that down. That just needs a smidge that way. Okay. Just want to hold that down, guys. Sorry about that. Alright. Oops, of course. It's fine. Alright, so now I have this doily. Alright, I want to put the doily like, yeah, like, I guess like that. Like that, I think. I can snip off any edges, but I want, yeah, let's do that, right? Like that. Okay, so we'll put that down there. Okay. And I'm gonna put that. Yep, right there. Okay, so just dabbing that. I'm hoping you can see this. You can't. Alright. I'm just sliding this up so I can make sure you guys see this. There we go. Yeah. Okay. So let's just kind of tear that. And I'll snip that with my scissors. All right. Just slide that a little bit. This does fit on here. I tore it so it fits properly. Alright. Okay, so I feel like that's good. Doily, I think. Alright. And then I want to, okay, I have a little piece of fabric here. Where'd that number go? Do I want the fabric on the word? Ooh. No, I think I want the fabric on the number because that's going to go on there. And so, yes, I think I want the fabric on the number. So it's just a piece of tea-dyed pillowcase or sheet, something like that. So, and let's tear that. Okay, that way that. Stick that back in my drawer. I do want to go around the edge of the number, which I forgot to do. So I cut this on my scan and cut, so it doesn't do like a perfect. It's not perfect, but you know what? I'm really glad I have it, and it does make things easier. Okay. So let's glue Dream, which is one of my stamps. I have I got at a resale store, a Habitat resale store. They have some awesome used craft supplies. Let me tell you, I have found a bunch of stuff at that place. And one of the things I found was this stamp set that had a bunch of different words on it. So I just stamped them out on scrap paper, and that's what I have. So we're gonna glue, I like to glue the number directly to the fabric and then glue the fabric to my piece versus doing it the other way. Okay. It's just the way I like to do it. There's no right or wrong ways when it comes to this kind of stuff. It's just how I do it. I feel like it's a little bit easier for me to do that. So I'm gonna do a little zhuzh there and going to, I want this a little bit over to the side. So it's okay if the fabric hangs over a little bit, I think. All right, now I do have seepage, so I'm just gonna pull that out right like that. There we go. All right, and then this is gonna be a flip on a page, so we are gonna want to back that with some paper. I feel like I missed a little bit on there too. I'm just seeping up some glue. You can't really see it unless it's in the sun and the sun shines on it. So, all right guys, I feel like that's good. I did find this beat dyed scrap that was just sitting around, so I think we'll just use that. And let's see, will you fit this way? You will fit this way. Okay, so I am just gonna glue this on here. And then I'll cut it. And actually, I think how I will cut it is to keep a hinge on it. I think that's probably a good idea, actually. So let's, which means I think I will use my paper cutter. Okay, I'm just flipping that so that I can actually wipe up any seepage, and also I think I'll grab my card, or brayer would work too, but I have some used gift cards and they work really well for getting wrinkles and such out. And then you just wipe up any seepage. So, and it also helps for burnishing. And a lot of artists use that kind of technique. Shabbydabbydoodah being one of them. Gayle uses a gift card, an old gift card. I mean, a lot of artists use the gift cards to smush out any wet glue. I'm just wiping my paper. Alright, and that looks pretty good to me. So let's just set up some right here, because there's a little bit right there. And I think we're going to use the paper cutter because I'm going to use this as a hinge as well. So I think I'll just use the paper cutter. Oops, of course, I'm throwing things on the floor. Wouldn't be Kristen crafting if there weren't things thrown on the floor. So now, how big of a hinge do we want? I'm thinking, before I do that, let's just line this up so this is going to be straight. Again, my paper cutter, if I put it up to the lip here, for whatever reason it cuts crookedly. So I don't use the lip, I use the grid, and that seems to get me a straighter cut. So now I think I'm gonna just snip the top part with my scissors. I want to kind of get in pretty close. Okay, I feel like that's pretty good. All right, so, and we've got our hinge built in, ready to go. I'm not going to fold it yet because I want it to dry. So we're just going to set that aside to dry. My other idea was kind of inspired by, it's kind of a combination of Gayle and Tina. So I have my piece of vellum, which I got from Ollie's, and it's got like just very subtle designs on it. I want to make a like coin envelope, so I think that's what we're gonna do. I did cut this down. I know I should glue this, but I'm going to fold it before I glue it and trim it and all of that stuff. I just feel like that's probably gonna be better to do it that way. And my vellum is just slightly larger than my background paper, which the background paper, I think I did mention it, but I want to mention it again, is TaylorMadeJournals. I may not have mentioned it in this video. So when I saw Tina do this, she actually used book page, I think, underneath her vellum. Maybe she used digital printables. I could be wrong. You know what? I think she did both. I think she did book page and digital printables. So now the whole idea is to... So we got our sides folded in, and now we have to fold up here a little bit on the edge and hope that we're getting this somewhat straight. We are going to do trimming. I'm not going to have a like a fold down top. I think I'm just going to do the thumb hole in there, and I think we'll just leave that like that. Okay, so now how this works is you trim this part here, you leave this center part, and you trim that part, and you go in at an angle. So we're gonna trim them both together, hoping everything folds and matches and all of that. Okay, this is where gluing it would come in handy. So I'm gonna go at an angle, just a slight one, right to the snip part. Okay, then I'm going to take this bottom section. I know a bunch of other artists have shown, and you just go right up to your snip line, and there you go. Okay, so now we're gonna do the same thing on this side, and we're gonna go at an angle, which the sun actually is kind of helping, and you want to just go right to the fold line. You don't really want to try and go past, although I probably will, because that's that's how it happens for me. Okay, and then we're gonna go at an angle this way, and we're gonna go right to that fold. Okay, so that is garbage, and that is garbage. And when we fold this up, we do this right here, here, and here, right? And it doesn't matter which side you glue or any of that. And then the bottom folds up, and you have your coin envelope. So when you glue the side flaps, I'm gonna glue the vellum. This is where I'm gonna glue the vellum, okay? I'm gonna take my glue and I'm gonna do a bead. Down there and glue that, right? So that's weird. It's curling the vellum, which is interesting. So I'm just trying to press that so it kind of seals. All right, very interesting. I've never seen it do that. I don't really work with vellum very often though, so that could probably be why. All right, so now we're gonna do the same on this side. We're gonna glue the vellum, right? Okay, and just, I'm gonna fold it down this way just to prevent any seepage from sticking. Did I just do that? I think so. It's fine. I'm good. Oh, I'm still pulling it. Okay. So now when we glue this, theoretically, everything matches up. How do I want to do this? I think I like that side better. So we're gonna, sorry guys, this is very strange. I clearly do not work with vellum very often, but I'm gonna trim the top too before I actually, oh my God, that's garbage too. Okay, so all right, yeah, we're gonna glue this inside here. I just want to make sure you guys are seeing this because I don't always do that. So we're gonna do that side there, and then we're gonna do this side here. I just want to reinforce that fold. Okay, I'm just turning it so that I can kind of show you a little bit better. So we're gonna do right on as close as you can without it seeping. Okay, that ensures, hopefully, that it seals properly. Okay, hopefully that's how that works. Okay, now I'm gonna just seal that down. All right. Okay, I'm just pressing it down, right? Okay, I do want to make sure that is not sticking, and it is not. All right, and then we're gonna glue this vellum. So I'm going to just do this right here and then glue this. I'm gonna press this down this way. Got glue drying on my fingers. Okay. And then I'm gonna take and glue this edge to this edge. And now we have our coin envelope. All right, might have to clip that just to hold it. I just want to make sure this is glued properly and this holds here. So got some just bulldog clips, and we'll just do 2 clips and that should hold nicely. Ow. All right, so basically that's our coin envelope. Now, like I said, I'm gonna trim. I just want to, you know, do one more little wipey wipe here. make sure we're glued and no seepage. So I'm going to take my trimmer, which I'm sorry if I just jiggled you guys, and I'm gonna just trim, which I'll probably have to go over this a couple times because my paper trimmer needs new blades. So okay, got it. Oh, did that fall on the floor? Probably. All right. So now we have our, which I feel like I should try and glue some of that. I don't know. I just don't want glue marks, you know what I mean? So I think I'm gonna leave it. I have my hole, or not hole punch, my which, oh my goodness, my circle punch. There it is, circle punch. I'm gonna stick it in, hopefully. Okay, hopefully in the center. It's not always good at doing that. Right like that. That was pretty good. And there's our little coin envelope. So now we can decorate that. I might actually put a piece of scrap paper in there just so it looks a little bit neater. That was actually a lot easier than I thought it was gonna be, to be honest with you. It's kind of my first time making one of these, but I've watched it being done a million times. So I have, this is like all my ephemera and journaling cards and all this kind of stuff from the spring garden kit. And let's see what we have in here that we can use. Oh, that's kind of pretty. And this background paper goes really well with that. Well, let's do that. That's gorgeous. Yep, I like that. So we'll do that and put some lace maybe. All right, let's put this back. Yep, and what I'm gonna do is with this, I'm gonna take my scissors and just distress the edging a little bit. I like the way that looks. I like, even if I get like a little tear in it, that doesn't bother me. Also, it kind of makes the paper like more pliable, and if you get a little wrinkle or something in it, that's not the end of the world. Just adds to the feel of the book. So all right, like that. That's definitely going to go on there. I'm not going to ink this because it's vellum and I kind of want it to stand out. So I have my bucket of lace here, and do I want to do, I almost feel like I want to do this one. Okay. Just gonna set the envelope aside so I can cut myself a piece of this pink lace. Now, I did cut it a little bit for the cover. Okay. It doesn't matter if it's backwards while I'm cutting it. I just need a piece to put underneath here. So, I'm gonna just do you a little bit. All right. I think I'm not cutting this straight. Probably not. I'm just cutting a strip of it because then I can keep that in my drawer for layering and such. So then I don't have to pull out the big box. All right, I don't think I'm gonna need this anymore. I think this should hold it nicely. Okay, so like I usually do, I'm just gonna stick the journaling card to the lace and then stick the lace to the coin envelope. Okay. All right. I'm really enjoying, I'm really enjoying this journal. I hope that you guys are enjoying watching me decorate it. It's been a really fun piece to, all right, there we go. It's been a really fun piece to work on, I have to say. I have thoroughly enjoyed it. Okay, so we're gonna put that right there. Yes. And just gonna, I'm just gonna hold this down for a second, guys. Okay. I really think this is so pretty. I might have to bulldog clip this at the end just to hold it on while it dries, because I noticed this glue makes the, it kind of warps the vellum. That's what I'm trying to say. Ooh, I have this really pretty butterfly and it kind of brings out the blue in here, and I think that's what we're gonna put on there and call it a day. Now, I got a bunch of flowers from Hobby Lobby, either from, you know what, it's fine. It's fine. Let this sit. Prima or the Papercraft, Paper Studio, not Papercraft, Paper Studio. And that's kind of where I've gotten my flowers from. And some of these butterflies, this butterfly came with one of the set of flowers that I had gotten. So I like it because it's like got double on it. So, you know what? I was thinking, what about a number? Maybe just kind of tucked under there. Is that necessary? I don't think so. I think I'm just gonna keep it simple. So one thing I do want is I want to just take a piece of music paper or something. We'll be fine. Just to tuck in here. So that way it you're looking at something a little bit prettier. So it's just, and this was painted with watercolors or distress inks. So the glue stick. Only because this is super thin paper and I really want to make sure that it doesn't get wrinkled in there. So the glue stick will prevent that. Alright. And to try and delicately get this placed in here. Okay. I'm trying to do this on camera, guys. I'm gonna trim the top of it. Yeah, I like that. I think that's pretty. Also adds to the blue. Okay, is that it? There we go. That's nice, you guys. Yeah, that's really nice. So let's show you what we did today. So we have our hinged piece, which is going to go on the edge of a page, and then this beautiful journaling card that we made together. I feel like this was a good crafting session. So I really hope that you enjoyed this, and thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!